On the international stage, Burkina Faso's handling of the conspiracy became a focal point for neighboring countries and global observers. Regional stability in the Sahel is of paramount importance, as Burkina Faso's political turmoil has far-reaching implications. Neighboring nations, already grappling with their own insurgency challenges, kept a close watch on how Traoré's administration managed the crisis. International bodies, including ECOWAS and the African Union, expressed support for Burkina Faso's efforts to uphold the rule of law.
Hey guys, as you're watching this video, our vision is to reach 500,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button, join membership to support our channel, join Patreon and PayPal. All the links are in the description. Do that. Stand with us for this beautiful cause of One Africa right now. We do not forget to sign up for the petition. The link is down below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso has faced multiple assassination attempts, but recent revelations suggest a far more insidious threat. This time, the danger did not come from insurgents or foreign adversaries. Instead, it emerged from within, the very individuals entrusted with his protection. It's a tale of power, betrayal, and survival that exposes the dark undercurrents of African geopolitics. Burkina Faso, situated at the heart of the Sahel, has long been a battleground for internal and external forces. Political instability, insurgencies, and economic challenges have left the country vulnerable to power struggles. While insurgent groups like Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, AQIM, and the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara, ISGSS, have been persistent threats. This latest plot was not driven by foreign enemies, but by domestic power players, determined to reclaim lost influence. The conspiracy to assassinate President Traoré was not the work of faceless insurgents. It was orchestrated by some of Burkina Faso's most prominent and influential figures. High-ranking military officers, former government officials, and even powerful media figures were implicated in this plot. Their motivations were not driven by ideology or foreign manipulation. This was personal. The chief architect of the conspiracy was former military leader Paul-Henri Damiba. Once celebrated as a national hero, Damiba rose to power in 2022 following a military coup. His leadership was initially seen as a beacon of hope for a nation, struggling with insecurity and insurgency. However, his reign was short-lived. Disillusionment with his leadership grew, and he was eventually ousted by Traoré, a young and ambitious military captain who presented himself as a reformist with a commitment to tackling insecurity. The rivalry between Traoré and Damiba escalated quickly. What began as a power shift soon became a bitter struggle for dominance. For Damiba, being overthrown was not just a loss of power, it was a personal humiliation. Determined to regain his position, he conspired with other disgruntled military officers and former political elites who had also lost influence under Traoré. Military leaders. Several senior military figures, once loyal to Damiba, saw their authority diminished under Traoré's administration. With their influence waning, they joined the plot to reinstate Damiba, believing that his return would restore their control over the country's armed forces and government apparatus. Former ministers. Former government officials who enjoyed political privilege and financial benefits under Damiba's rule also joined the conspiracy. Traoré's administration's efforts to combat corruption and mismanagement left these figures marginalized and desperate to regain their previous positions of power. Insurgent collaboration. In a shocking twist, conspirators sought to exploit Burkina Faso's ongoing insurgency. By aligning with insurgent groups like AQIM and ISGS, they hoped to destabilize Traoré's government, portraying it as weak and ineffective. Attacks on civilian and military targets were designed to create chaos, erode public trust in Traoré's leadership, and justify their own return to power. President Traoré's ability to thwart the conspiracy was nothing short of extraordinary. With a strong intelligence network and a deep understanding of the country's political landscape, he stayed ahead of his adversaries. Leaks from within the conspirators' circles provided crucial information to Traoré's inner circle. Military officers who had initially supported Damiba began sharing details of the plot with the president's security team. As soon as the plot was exposed, Traoré's administration acted decisively. Arrests were made, financial assets were frozen, and political figures implicated in the plot were removed from positions of influence. This swift response sent a clear message. Betrayal would not be tolerated, and no one, not even high-ranking military officials, was above the law. The fallout from the failed plot was immediate and severe. Several military leaders were arrested. Former ministers faced legal action, and those who managed to evade capture went into hiding. Their financial resources were seized, cutting off their ability to finance any future attempts at destabilization. One of the most significant developments was the call for the extradition of Paul-Henri Damiba from Togo, where he had sought refuge. Traoré's government made it clear that Damiba must face justice for his role in the assassination plot. However, extradition posed a diplomatic challenge, as Togo's government had its own political considerations. Nevertheless, pressure mounted for Damiba's return to Burkina Faso to face charges of treason. Public opinion played a critical role in the aftermath of the conspiracy's exposure. Citizens of Burkina Faso, already weary of coups and political instability, rallied behind Traoré's leadership. The revelation that the conspirators had sought to collaborate with insurgent groups further fueled public outrage. Instead of supporting the coup plotters, the people demanded accountability and justice. On the international stage, Burkina Faso's handling of the conspiracy became a focal point for neighboring countries and global observers. Regional stability in the Sahel is of paramount importance, as Burkina Faso's political turmoil has far-reaching implications. Neighboring nations, already grappling with their own insurgency challenges, kept a close watch on how Traoré's administration managed the crisis. International bodies, including ECOWAS and the African Union, expressed support for Burkina Faso's efforts to uphold the rule of law. The failed assassination attempt and the exposure of the plot mark a pivotal moment in Burkina Faso's history. Traoré's swift and decisive action not only neutralized an immediate threat, but also set the stage for broader political reform. His administration's willingness to confront high-ranking military figures and political elites demonstrated a commitment to transparency, accountability, and justice. However, challenges remain. While some of the conspirators have been captured, others remain at large. The ongoing pursuit of these figures underscores the ongoing struggle to rid Burkina Faso's political system of those who prioritize personal ambition over national stability. The fate of Paul-Henri Damiba remains a critical issue. If he is successfully extradited and tried, it will send a strong message that betrayal will not go unpunished. The failed plot to assassinate President Ibrahim Traoré reveals the dangers of internal betrayal in the corridors of power. It underscores the fragile nature of Burkina Faso's political system and highlights the lengths to which disgruntled power players will go to reclaim lost influence. Traoré's response to the conspiracy, swift arrests, asset freezes, and calls for extradition signaled a shift in Burkina Faso's approach to political accountability. For now, the nation's leadership remains intact, but the fight is far from over. The lessons learned from this crisis will shape Burkina Faso's future. Traoré's survival in the face of betrayal sends a powerful message. No one is above the law, and those who plot against the state will face the full force of justice.